Right. Pet Talk UK. Okay. We're reloading. Some little. Hey, man. How's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Just gonna enjoy a good night at the boxing.
First watch-along with Tom Little. Imagine that.
I know, yeah. This could get very interesting. Looking with very eager eyes tonight.
Yeah, obviously, look, you're going to do a bit of scouting of Alan Babbage, and it's from the position of your couch.
Yeah, do you know what it is though? I would have watched this tonight. I would have watched Alan fight anyway because he's a nice guy and I like the style he brings. To be fair, so I would have watched it anyway. But I'm gonna be picking a few bits, and I should be going working on them tomorrow.
All right. Hey, your flock, man. Your flock are coming in already. 23 people have just come in within seconds. Your flock, man. They're all here already, man. For Tom Little.
Yup.
Hey, okay. Look, guys, smash the like button. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Tom Little's in the building. The first watch along. And welcome, guys. Fire away with any questions that you've got for Tom Little whilst we're just relaxing, chilling, and catching up with the boxing. All right. So, big up MTK Live in the building. He's like a real Patreon on the channel. Untraceable Don. Hope you're well, mate. R2D2. Okay. Star Wars. Yes. Remember that? All right. All right, guys. Look, smash the like button. Welcome in. Fire away with any questions to Tom Little. Obviously, we've just seen the fight for the English title. Linus Ladofia and John Harden Jr. Some might say that it was a premature waving off by the ref, but some would also say that Linus was stepping up in the gears as well. But good fight overall, anyway, Tom.
It was a good fight, and do you know what it is? If you would have been getting on top like that, round 6, 7, 8, and that start round 6, 7, and that stoppage would have come, you would have thought, right, yeah. But to be honest with you, give the man the chance to see the finishing bell. Yeah. I do feel for John Harden Jr., but listen, congrats to the other fella as well. It looked like a very good fight.
Definitely.
Both of them looks like they deserve to be at that level and above. To be fair,
do you think?
Title, not just for the English title, but it was a good fight for that level. If you understand me.
No, good fight. These two, they've shared rounds in sparring as well, so they know each other really, really well. From training, training and sparring. So I think that added a little bit of extra spice, as it were, to the event itself.
They do, didn't it? When two fellas that have shared the ring with each other, because they've got that thing where they're already comfortable around each other. They know what sort of thing they're gonna bring to one another. They ain't gonna have to that couple of rounds feeling out process. That's never. It usually catches fire straight away because they know each other. I'm really forward to this lad, John Hedges.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about him. Big, super middle for 6'5", 6'5" as well.
Didn't I?
Yeah, you mentioned that I think a little while ago about John Hedges, right?
Yeah, I found him, and Sam picked up on an Instagram story that I'd done about him. Next thing I know, he's signed up. He's ready to go. I'm excited about this lad.
All right, we got a couple questions, man. Okay, MTK Live. Pep, can you ask Tom? Can he name his top 5 heavyweights of today? I already know the answer to this question, but I'll let you. Go ahead.
Me. No. My top 5. My top 5 would be Tyson Fury number 1. Number 2, Andy Joshua. Tied third, I'd say Deontay Wilder, Dylan White. Whoever anybody wanted to pick between them, like being third and fourth. And number 4, I would say. See, now this is where I get hard because, do you know what? I would put Andy Ruiz in at number 5.
Andy Ruiz, right? And the reason I do that is because when people say, "Why can you not put Povetkin there when he just beat Dylan White?" The way that Ruiz beat Joshua was much more conclusively than the way that. Don't get me wrong, they were both stoppage wins, but Ruiz was on top when the stoppage came. Povetkin come from behind and just pulled a shot out, and I believe Povetkin's at the end of his career, and I believe Ruiz has got plenty of good fights at high level, provided managed and placed in the right places at the right time. So yeah, that's my 5. you think one would argue that Ruiz, apart from that shock victory over AJ, that he hasn't really done anything since? Do you think
he hasn't done anything since? But I don't mean like Joshua ain't fought since the last fight of them. Right, with testing times, it's going to have been hard for him to get out. Always said that Andy Ruiz. When the fights got swapped over, like between him and Miller, right away I said that's a much harder fight. And I remember feeling like he deserved the nod when he fought Joseph Parker. I stayed up and watched that, and I felt like he deserved to win that fight. I don't know. I just like the style of him. I'm a bit of an Andy Ruiz fan. Don't be wrong. I wanted Joshua to win more than anything in the fight. You got to stick with your own bricks and everything. But I don't know. It's just like you could put this in any order. Really, you could move them about. You can move them about. And still fight, like change a couple of names and have no argument in the matter. Obviously, we all got to wait and see what Alexander Usyk brings to the table as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
If he brings the form that he brought at cruiserweight, then I'd have to be putting him in at number 3. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
But until he takes on one of the top boys like a Joshua or Tyson, like you couldn't put him above 3. But underneath that, if he goes and absolutely obliterates Derek, then that'd have to be where you're putting. But no, this is testing waters for him, isn't it? At a new weight, with men with better punch resistance and everything. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
That's it. And John Hedges, your boy is on. John Hedges,
the gentleman,
pro debut, 6'5" super middleweight. He's a big lad. All right, we've got some more. We've got some more questions, man. We've got to keep these guys happy, man. All right, Odin is saying Savage Army here. So obviously a fan of Alan Babbage is in here.
Say?
He just said the Savage Army is here.
Savage Army.
Yeah.
What it is? I'm a lone hippopotamus. I go to war on my own. And look, I've got I've got some of the nicest and loyalist fans out there, and by the looks of things, I think he's created the same sort of following. He's a very likable man, Alan. You know what I mean? It's hard not to like him. Like I don't dislike him, and I won't dislike him even when we're having a fight. Meaning we'll meet in the middle, and meaning we'll rip absolute lumps out of one another until one thing I can guarantee with me and him fighting, Big John, okay, good sons. One thing you can guarantee is that fight ain't lasting 5 rounds, man.
Wow. Okay.
Like,
Wow. Okay.
I ain't running. I am not running. I'm too big a man to run from a 14.5 stone man. Will not be running. And he won't have to look far, and he's got to get in my shooting distance before on my knees. Do you know what I mean? So and I carry fast hands. So Big
All right.
John.
Right. A couple more questions, man. Guys, hit that like button, share to your mates. Let's all watch this card together, man. First watch along and pep talk with Tom Little. All right, MTK live again. Can you ask Tom what he thinks of Mayweather versus Logan Paul? Is it a piss take, or is Mayweather in a position to do what he wants?
I believe nobody in boxing is in a position to do what they want. I believe the people that pay to watch boxing and pay our bills, we're at their mercy, and they deserve our utmost respect. And doing things like that is doing nothing but spitting in the faces of people that build you from nothing to something. And I don't even think that should even get. I don't even think like I don't even want to give it the value of the words coming out of my mouth. Do you know what I mean? And that for who I am is whatever. Like I think it's disgraceful. I think it's disgraceful to rob people that followed you in. And listen, you want to go and do exhibitions? Go and do exhibitions. Don't be billing exhibitions as pay-per-view and whatever you're going to do to try and just fleece people. Like you haven't had enough money out of boxing. Like, let's put it this way. Floyd got out of boxing because he was getting agey, and there's some young guns coming through, and not necessarily the better man would have beat Floyd. Age would have ended up beating him. So bail out your money and just go on and enjoy life. Don't be fleecing people, fighting people like Logan Paul, who listen, I pulled better men out of the pub and got them a smack. You know what I mean? So it's right though, isn't it? Like, without being disrespectful too much, it's right.
All right.
Boy.
Okay, Rangers FC. We answered that question. Logan Paul versus Mayweather. All right, Rangers FC again. Who would win out of yourself and Tyson in his heyday? You and Mike Tyson. How would it go?
Who would I win?
A prime Tom Little and a prime Mike Tyson.
Prime Mike Tyson would have fucked me up hard, but I would have loved to have got in, like get in there and have a rough up with him. Do you know what I mean? Every time anybody asks me, who would you like to fight any heavyweight of any era? Tyson. 100%.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tyson was a scary guy, man. It was a scary guy, man. I just cannot imagine that ring walk on the way to the ring to face Mike Tyson in there. Can you imagine that?
Mate, yeah, like I'm walking to have a fight with a man that would not think twice about cutting my privates off and eating them for breakfast tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And as Tyson would say, if you don't like it, turn off your station. That's what you said, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh, okay. Raw Hedges is massive, mate. He's big.
Mate, such a tall kid. He'd be a monster at light heavyweight, I think. And I think he will finish up being a cruiser, won't he?
Yeah. He got that Callum Sif look about him, innit? That super middle.
Yeah.
It's a big lad, man.
Big
He's
lad,
a big
sharp puncher, looks very focused.
All right, Liam Davis, welcome into the room. Tom Little or Mickey Theo? That's the question. Yeah.
Listen, I know what it is. I was brought up not to hit my elders, and old enough to be my dad, but I would make him do a backflip with a back slap. That's like that's just being honest, isn't it? Like, and if I couldn't, I'm in the wrong profession. I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing for a living if I couldn't do that. But I'm sure he's a very nice guy. I'm sure he's a very nice man. But there's levels to this fight job, aren't they?
All right. Okay, so guys, hit that like button. Thanks for joining us. The first ever watch along with Tom Little. One might call him the Hatfield Mike Tyson. You know,
they call me the Hatfield Hitman.
The Hatfield Hitman. That's right. You know, that's right. All right. So get your questions in. We're watching John Hedges in the ring making his pro debut. He's looking good in there, Tom, ain't he? You know, keeping it long.
Yeah.
Very technically sound.
Real good. Looks like timing in his range. But last shots there. Come on, son. Get to work. Feints, twitches. Show him something.
That was a sweet uppercut. That was by John Hedges.
Just
good work out there. But can you remember your pro debut?
Mate.
Where was it?
My professional debut was hideous. It was hideous. It was in a nightclub in Luton.
Oh yeah, I know that nightclub. Graham I used to fight there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a nightclub in Luton, and I literally punched the living snot out of some Latvian guy called Rolanda Desna.
Okay.
Literally, I'd been training for 6 weeks, having decided that I'm going to turn pro. Not been training in like, hadn't boxed in 10 years. Trained for 6 weeks, had my professional debut.
Wow. Okay. So,
like 6 weeks later, I was boxing on Sky Sports on a Frank Maloney show.
Okay. Hey, man. All right. So we've got another question here. Stranger no danger. How would you have seen a fight between Floyd Mayweather and Antonio Margarito playing out? Good question.
Do you know what? That is a good question because the pressure is like we're seeing with Maidana and everything.
Yeah.
Like that could have been. I think. Listen. Of this era, on his day, I don't think there was anyone to beat Floyd. I don't think there was. Do you know what I mean? And that's what hurts me and upsets me when you hear his name mentioned with a YouTuber. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's like me fighting every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And listen,
but I would like to see that, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, but yeah, I just think Margarita would have gave him a hard time in places. Do you know what I mean? In spots, but I just think his rhythm and his trickiness and his overall
defense, yeah.
That like, he was on a different planet when he Floyd.
Yeah. And the thing with Floyd is, you mentioned the boxing IQ. We saw against Maidana. The first fight for me, I'll be honest with you, I got up to watch that fight, and it was really a tough fight for him. It was really Maidana made it really awkward for him. Second time he kind of figured him out, but the first one was a tough fight. It was a tough fight, but 50 opponents didn't figure out the May Vinci code.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like what I was saying earlier with these lads that spar each other, and they don't have to feel each other out. It's the same with Floyd there. He didn't have to feel Maidana out the second time. He knew where he was starting off, and just jumped on his bike and started riding.
That's it. Okay, MTK Live. We'll get to the questions. Can you ask Tom what he thinks Billy Joe can achieve? Can he go undefeated? Does he beat Canelo? Does he beat Callum Smith? Does he beat Triple G?
He beats them all with the right Billy Joe. This here is the only thing that will ever beat Billy Joe, and that's my hand on my heart. Like he's a league of his own. Nobody's seen the best of him. Nobody's seen a quarter of him. If I'm honest with you, I think he will go down if he gets the luck to get the fights he deserves. I think he will go down as an all-time great middleweight, super middleweight.
Okay. Right. We'll go through the questions.
Deservedly so.
All right. He's a hell of a fighter, man. I'll just add that in. All right. So we'll go through the questions. Remember, hit that like button. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Send your super chats in if you want to donate to the channel. All right. Okay. Jermaine Sterling. Maybe not a relation to Raheem Sterling, who plays for Man City, but he says Paul Williams versus Floyd Mayweather, another tricky fight.
Yeah, listen, I think there was people that let me tell you something. I believe a prime Arturo Gatti was all wrong for him. But would he have had enough to beat him? No. But obviously I believe he caught listen, we see it all through boxing, catching people with massive names at the right time in their career. Do you know what I mean? So
timing.
Yeah, that's it.
And who's good at that? Canelo at the moment.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And who did Canelo learn that off of?
The main man, the man that beat him the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, the man that took his zero.
Yeah.
Young Ron, the little tricks. They knew it. They knew how great he was going to be. That's why they got him at the right time. Put the little weight clauses in there, and that to keep him weight drained. Listen, sometimes it ain't about the man who is fighting in the ring. It's who he's got advising him around him, and how much power them people got in boxing as well.
100%, man. All right. Okay. Do you think the Fury Joshua fight will ever happen?
Too much money in it not to happen. Too much.
What about COVID? Obviously, COVID has been a problem. So, will that kind of disrupt COVID-19? Will that kind of disrupt that? Because obviously, if there's a gate, the merchandise on the night, the food and drink as well, revenue that will come in for a fight like that would be, as well as pay-per-view, would be off the chain, mate. Off the chain, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you what, John's getting caught a lot here,
Yeah, he is. Yes.
It's just like he's trying to be too strong instead of just pop. The things that sets him apart.
All right, smash the like button. How would you rate John's debut so far? John Hedges. How would you rate John Hedges' debut so far?
Do you know what? I'm not gonna slate the boy, but like he's a bit tentative in places, like just like trying a little bit too hard. Do you know what I mean? Looks like he's trying a little bit too hard, but a good big round from him here, and hopefully, like he's had a frustrating year or so. He ain't boxed in the amateurs or nothing turned over. He's young. Do you know what I mean? So other than that, it's good, and he's in with a hard, tricky opponent for his debut. Do you know what I mean?
Right. All right. Smash the like button, guys. Right, back to the questions.
But this guy is wingmilling like lunatic, bro. He's just hoping to catch him on the button. He feels like he's hurting, John.
All right.
He's swinging bones, mate.
Okay, so
yeah.
All right.
Let's go for 6 straight away. You know, he's 18 years old. It's his first.
All right, Lone Ranger says Billy Joe is concentrating on being a trainer for the future. He's given up on boxing. They're too big for him.
No, not at all. He signed a fighter who's a good friend of mine. He's helping him out, drawing a bit of experience his way. He's not trying to be a trainer. He's not trying to be a trainer. He's not trying to be anything other than what he is, and his job do come first. I spend enough time around him to know that ain't the case. Do you know what I mean? It's just Billy Joe's one of them people. He needs to have something to put his teeth into to get up for. Do you know what I mean? And he's at that point in his career. He's been promised a lot and not seen the fruition.
All right, this fight's almost concluded. Last round. I think John just needs to keep it long. Box off the jab. See, that's lovely. When he boxes off the jab, it's lovely.
Yeah, beautiful.
Let me get to the question. Remember, hit that like button. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Tom Little is in the building. Oh, that's a sweet uppercut. Sweet by Hedges. Hey, you know, we've got to make sure that we don't.
Lovely again. His old whiskers have been tested in this here, you know.
Yeah. That he's given. This has been a tough debut, tough introduction. But you remember, you know, the occasion as well, as you know as well, can get to fighters as well. You know, under the lights, being on TV like this, massive audience watching on a Sunday night.
Yeah. No, definitely.
All right, we've got a few more questions come in as well. Smash the like button, guys. Share to your friends. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed.
Yeah.
Big up Boxing Source. Next question: would Tom Little be happy leaving the boxing game with an English title?
Do you know what? That's a hard one because I feel like I'm better than English title level. I do. But I would do like that's minimum of what I want to get out of achieving. As a minimum of what like I want to get out with something where my name goes down and it's like that can never be taken away from my son or anything. My dad won that when he was a young man. Do you know what I mean? But settle. I will be happy if that's where I'm at and that's all I could achieve. But I wouldn't be happy if I feel like I could have achieved more and I slipped up. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man. Shit, man, the light just gone out. All right, guys.
Man's done the ball.
All right. This is a good fight coming up. Fires versus Baker. Good fight. Super featherweight fight. 8-rounder. You're really obviously look, man. Where's your notepad and paper, man? The notes of Babbage, man. Have you got your notepad and paper for Babbage?
I've got it in this hand here. It's down there. Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what it is? I've got my my coach will be watching this, and I'll watch and see, and then me and him will go over it again together Monday morning in the gym. We got a telly in the gym. We'll go over it in the gym, and we'll just have a look. We'll have a look. Do you know what? You can't read too much into it. I will literally pick bullet points, and he will pick bullet points. That's what we're going to exploit if it's there. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know much about his opponent, Niall Kennedy?
I don't. He looks old. He's not. He's not a big heavyweight. I don't think, is he?
He's not bigger than Babbage. Is not big either. But yeah, I saw that he had the height reach. You know, the height advantage. Sorry, on Babbage during the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but if you're not strong enough and you don't know how to use that height, then it can become pretty useless. It depends how much ambition he's got left. I don't think he's the youngest horse in the stable. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. He better not beat Babic. Otherwise, I've got to go upstairs and explain to these lot that Christmas is cancelled. And Santa's just not coming.
All right. So back to the questions. Who's going to win out of Joyce and Tabar? Finally announced the other day that it's going to take place, crowd or no crowd, basically. Yeah. Who wins, Joyce or Tabar?
Joyce or Tabar? Do you know what it is? People have seen clips. I'm going to say as well, clips of me sparring Joyce, and it looks like I'm landing at ease. Now, that's all well and good, but I've got that thing where I can slip and come inside very quick. Like I've got a quick counter punch reaction. Dubai don't really do that. He sets his own work up off of his strength. Do you know what I mean? The one thing I have got to say is Joyce is a bit easy to hit, and can you let a man like Daniel hit you clean? I believe not, and for that reason, I've got to make Daniel the favourite. But still, I feel. Excuse me. I feel like it's a genuine 50-50 fight. I think it's a pick and fight for both of them at both their careers. Both men will come again. Like whatever one don't come out on top, but I've got to fancy Dubois. I've got to fancy Dubois because his strength so strong, so strong. Do you know what I mean?
What I would say about
because I really want Joe to win. I like Joe, like as a person and everything. It's hard not to like him. You couldn't not like him. But yeah.
What I would say about Dubois is, you know, when you had your fight with him, was that 2 years ago or so? It for me, it's come on leaps and bounds because the fight he had with Nathan Gorman, the way he put his shots together that night was amazing. Who? Nathan Gorman.
Yeah.
It was class that night. The way he put his hands together that night, I saw a lot of improvements that he's made after that fight they had with you. Obviously, yeah, he's going to be a problem in the heavyweight division. Daniel Dubois, no question about it. No question about it. He's got age on his side.
Yeah,
All right.
me and Daniel, mine and Daniel's fight with each other was unfortunate that I hurt myself so early, and it allowed him to close the distance. And I believe that's what made Nathan. Daniel always puts his shots together, but if you leave yourself in that long range at the end of his shots, he pings and puts them together. I sparred him before, and I found that out. But what I wanted to do is get away from just be treading around him, not running, just treading around him. But like my judge of distance got thrown right off because I was worried about knocking my hand. Listen, I ain't making excuses. For all I know, the result would have very well been the same. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is the plan that I had in my head, I wasn't able to put in
Implement,
because
yeah.
of an injury. It's just an accidental injury that happened in the first round. It was the end of the first round. Yeah, the end of the first round. But when I seen him fight Nathan, he was picky. Nathan was staying in. I believe you've either got to be right in there sitting on his chest because I know he don't carry that power up here, up close. Do you know what I mean?
Inside
Or
game.
you've got to be away and rely on fast feet to get you in and out before he can detonate them shots on you, which is a very risky game. Personally, myself, having thinking it now, I think watching it all back, I think you've got to get and close him up, and you've got to force him to throw a lot of shots, and you've got to roll the dice with him.
Do you believe that Dubois can fight backwards as well?
Do you know what it is? I don't think he can. I don't think he can fight on the back foot. And that's nothing against him. I just don't think there's many come forward fighters, hunter, predator type fighters, what relies on that punch power, that can also do that. Do you know what I mean? I think I don't think you can go through all time of boxing and pick out 10 that could all do
right.
that.
We got to give, first of all,
fight predominantly on the front foot.
Okay, we've got to give a massive shout out to Matchroom UK. He's a big Tom Little fan. He or she, sorry. And we'll get to the questions. We'll get back to the questions.
Who have I got to give a shout out to?
Mattress Mania UK.
Mattress Mania
UK.
Big up yourself.
That's it.
UK.
All right. Smash that like button. We're going to get to your questions again. All right. We've got a few that we've left. Okay. All right. So Richard Burrows says, ask Tom, how's father?
Father is all right. Father is better than expected.
Oh, you say was your old man? Is he got some medical issues or?
My dad, he had just as I got home from Saudi, he had a massive stroke.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
He had a massive stroke. So that I spent like all of December, January, and February in hospital looking after him. Obviously, like I'm the boy, and there's certain things that girls can't do for their dads. So yeah, I spent most of my time with my dad all through that, which listen, I know he'd do
Specific.
the same for me over and over again. So that was it. Listen, you gotta take advantage of your parents while they're still here.
Yeah, that's it.
Be thankful for what you've got while you.
100%, man. We wish your old man all the best, man, in terms of recovery and his health and stuff. Yeah, man. From
Bless.
Pep talking to
Thank you.
viewers, man, definitely. All right, so lights out, man. All right, let me get some new light. All right, so Tom,
What's
basically,
with the Mexican hat? Anyway, I've got to ask, what's with the Mexican hat?
the Mexican hat. Hey, man, I went to Cancun last year, right? I went for a wedding, and I've been to Cancun twice, but this time I said, you know what? I need to get a sombrero. You know, I've always wanted one, and I picked up sombrero out there. You know, I love the people of Mexico. I love Cancun. I thought, hold on a minute, why not wear the sombrero sometimes? You know,
You know
I bought
what?
it whilst on holiday.
That
Yeah,
that's not even the tourist sombrero. That's like some proper authentic. Like
yeah.
I wanted to buy this like proper cowboy hat, like out there, but just before I came home, I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna fit in my suitcase. Like I just swerved.
Yeah, and the thing is, obviously, bringing it back home obviously was a lot of hassle. It's too big to put in a suitcase. Well, I pack heavy. When I go abroad, I pack heavy. But I
Oh
really,
mate,
I just wanted a sombrero, you know? All right.
said I really did that sombrero.
All right. Okay, so back to the questions. All right. So we go to Stranger No Danger. When you look at AJ, where do you think he needs to improve the most?
What do I think he's improved or needs to improve?
Needs to improve the most. That's what Stranger No Danger is saying.
Do you know what it is? He's a good grounded fighter, and I don't think there's too much he can really improve on. Really,
Mm-hmm.
we can improve on little things, but I think it's safe to say 99.9% Joshua beats as an heavyweight. I think that percent is Tyson Fury that I don't believe he beats. But other than that, I think he's a terrific fighter, a terrific boxer. I just think he needs to. If the only thing I would say to him is just like that, being a bit more fluent. Do you know what I mean? Unspontaneous. That's the word. Do you know what I mean? Like that twitching, like a little bit of that. But other than that, I don't. I think he's such a good rounded fighter. I don't think there's one thing where you could say, right, yeah, go concentrate on this here. You can't say he's got a terrible jab. You can't say he's got a terrible right hand. You can't say he's got a terrible left hook. He carries concussive power in everything he throws. Do you know what I mean? He got a good engine. Do you know what I mean? So, proved that against Beez in the last fight. And now, he was one of them. He proved that, well, that he's a man that boxed predominantly going forward. And he got on his toes and boxed on the back feet and boxed very sensible, very clever. And he'd be one of them few people that, you know, something that's not something that's easy to do. And that's a testament to his ability.
No, definitely, and obviously as well, making those adjustments. You know, from the first fight. You know, his team probably looked at the fight the first time and said, you know what, we got to do this. You know, we've got to work on a lot more lateral movement. You know, we're gonna enter a rematch, work in the ring. You know, working them lines. You know, the lines that they put in the gym. I've seen AJ working on that, the lines and stuff like that. You know, lateral movement. Especially with these fighters that keep coming forward, innit? So,
I really want this fella Green Baker to win.
Okay. All right, to the questions.
We got messed the belt on the last fight.
Yeah. All right. So, question from MTK Live again. When Fury versus Joshua happens, where does it happen? Unfortunately, this may be too big of a fight to happen in England. Be gutted if we lose the fight to America, maybe Dubai.
Listen, there's no such thing as a fight too big for England. If 80,000 people ain't enough people to come and watch you, and I'm pretty sure they could cram some more in on them floor seats, right? If that ain't enough people to sell a fight and the rest on pay-per-view, I think the British public that have made them two global superstars, they deserve to have that fight in their own country, in their capital city, and I don't think there's any need for like it to go anywhere other. Do you know what I mean? That like there's nothing that appeals other than money, and I think they would earn an absolute fortune out of the fight, which is obvious. So whatever else it may be, I don't think there's anything that fight should happen in England.
Okay. Again, could you imagine being there as a fan, taking that type of fight in that mega fight? I mean, between the two best heavyweights of the world, that would be amazing. But, we're in different times at the moment. Yeah.
It's a monumental occasion, like, that will be remembered in boxing history forever, when two Brits fought for the undisputed world heavyweight title. It don't have the same ring to it. They fought in Dubai. It don't have the same ring to it. They fought in Saudi Arabia. But when you see two British heavyweights fought for the undisputed heavyweight title in London or in Manchester, now that puts a shiver up your spine. As a fan, as a boxer, that puts shivers up my spine. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I think that's a violation of British boxing there. If that didn't happen.
Yeah. All right. That's the questions. MTK Live. Okay. I see that question that you did last time. That tricked. Who did it trick last time? Liam Williams. We didn't fall for that. We didn't fall for that this time. About the legal protocols in Uganda. All right. All right. Tips MG. Pep and Tom brothers. We can be brothers, But okay. So, Tom, preparations. You've been looking really sharp, man. I see the Insta live pictures. I see the videos on Instagram. How's training going?
So what, training's going really well. I've been in now 3-4 weeks. Shaking the rust off. Had this in the back of my mind. This ain't been no little new thing. Been talking about it. So yeah, we're close to making a deal on this fight. I think more so out on my side. I said I didn't want to jinx it. Let's have a look how they get on tonight. And yeah, I've never been more confident. No, genuinely.
Okay.
Like, I've always had that doubt when I'm fighting these Olympians and everything. I've not had it as a doubt. Like I've been beat before I go, but like I've been aware of what's saying. The only time I'm as confident as this fight as I was fighting Josh Sandlin.
Okay.
I was as confident then. And I mean, with Josh, I even said what round I was going to stop him in. I said I will stop him in 4 rounds. He will go in 4. And I walked. Ben Davison can't hear a word I'm saying. I stood up in my corner. Ben was telling me to just keep behind the jab, keep behind the jab. And I looked at Ben. I said, he goes this round. He's gone. Walked out, done it. You know what I mean? And I believe at that level, that sort of level, I believe I shine at that sort of level. I've not had no stepping stone between. Like, I know because of the number of fights I had, but you cannot not put Daniel Dubois and Filip Hrgovic in domestic level. When I fought them, you couldn't. You know what I mean? They're special, very special talents. And yeah, I just believe now. I believe Alan's a good fighter, but I don't think he's above the level that I am. And I will prove that there's. Look, I'm one of them people. I don't fear horror stories or dogs that bark.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It means nothing to me. We're gonna go. We're gonna have a fight. That's gonna be it. And I know that me and Alan probably won't even get like that because, like, I like him and he likes me. So, like, I've even said to him, we will have a fight and we will go and drink the town dry afterwards and celebrate to whoever wins. But I know my hand will get raised. I know my hand will get raised. I know. Do you know what? What are we, 8 weeks out? 8 weeks away from Dylan fighting? 7.5, 8 weeks?
Yeah. I think, about
Something
8
like,
weeks. Yeah.
I've envisioned it. I've seen my hand getting raised in me sleep. I've seen my hand getting raised 10, 15 times. Every eye got the same way. It got the same outcome as well. So I know. All I know, and the only goal I even set myself is you just got to be ready, Tom. You just got to be ready. Don't mug yourself. You've allowed yourself enough time. You've dug your heels in and didn't take the first time they offered it yet. You've dug your heels in. You're getting the time you want. Make it shown why nobody should ever give you time. Why nobody should ever give you notice. Make it seen why men under 6'4" shouldn't be fucking with you. So that's it.
How come? Like, you take a lot of tough fights, man. You just go in there with killers all the time, man. When are you gonna get, an easy run out?
Do you know what it is? I don't want to swear or nothing too much, but look, I've got young kids. That I've got a partner that has a very expensive taste.
All right.
And
You like that Christian Dior, yeah?
just,
All right.
I've made wrong choices for financial gain. I've never really put my career first in that. I never really put my career first, so that's really that as far as that's concerned. That's why I've ended up in them fights. But after this year, after I go out and pull over what's saying an emphatic, spectacular victory out, I will be looking up and saying, look, I don't want easy fights, but just keep me at my level for a while. Just allow me to achieve something. I ain't even for Pep. I ain't even for me. It's not. It's not for me. I want it for me little boy and for me dad. So before I walk away from boxing, they can say, Joe, what? He got stuck in for a year or so, and he look what he done. Once I achieve what I want to achieve, I say line your monsters up one after one another, and I fight them all in a week. Don't bother me. I don't hold a fearful bone in my body. I never have done. That's probably an air of stupidity as well. Like, don't make it like that's just sheer bravery. There's probably a bit of stupidity in there as well. But I just don't. I don't fear the devil, so I don't fear no man of flesh and bone.
All right. All right, big up the fans, the people that's in the room for this watch along, the
But
first watch
what it is
along.
as well, do you know what
Good
it is
fight.
as well?
Yeah.
The people that follow me are very dedicated people, and they've not followed me for 5 minutes. I've built my following up over 8 years. Yeah, and I weren't everybody's cup of tea, and I'm probably still not. But I'll tell you what it is. I know that they're all hard-working people, and I wouldn't disrespect them by just going knocking a couple of lorry drivers over. I'm not interested in that. I won't learn nothing by doing that.
Couple
Do you know what I
plumbers.
mean? And I think
Yeah.
I do think more of the people. If like say for instance, I had loads of people say to me, fight this man. Like I'd say, right, you're buying tickets to fight. Watch me fight him. No problem. Let's go. Let's go. You get him out. And I believe that as a fighter, that's what you should be. That your fans are your people, and you owe your performance to them. You owe it to them. You owe to bring out, and that's it. You're you're owned by the public in some extent. Do you know what I mean? You're owned by the people that follow you because they're the ones that pay your bills. So they should have a big say in how you move in your career. I generally believe that.
All right. All right. So smash that like button, guys. We'll get to the questions again. We've got a few that we might have missed in conversation. All right. Who's Tom Little fighting next? Fishing with Dan. I think we all know that. You want to answer that question? Who's Tom Little fighting next?
Well, it's looking highly probable, provided he comes through tonight, Alan Babbitt. Babbitt the Savage.
Savage. Does it? I saw Babbage give Niall Kennedy a message this week. They said, "What's going to happen to Niall Kennedy?" And he said, "Look, I'm going to fuck him up." And he said that of a really staunch, stone cold face. That's surely got to send chills down a lot of people's spine. An angry, savage Babbage.
Yeah, listen, I welcome that. Listen, I come from the wrong side of the tracks for any man to sit there and try and put the bluff on me because I'd pick a chair up and wrap it across his head. Like, no two words about it. I couldn't get. Listen, let me tell you something. Is that people talk about savages and whatever not. Listen, I like to think I'm a nice guy, right? I like to think I'm a nice guy, but I'm very, very, very capable of being very nasty and very horrible whenever I want to. And listen, the psychotic thing is, it's all on a switch. I can turn it on and off like that. I can go, right, here we go, let's go. Let's have it.
So you're also a savage.
You know what I mean?
You're also a savage in your own right.
Yeah, like I've got nothing but love for the savage. But anybody come around me with all that, I'm gonna rip your head off and I'm gonna absolutely annihilate you. And say, right, listen, no problem. There's a car park outside. We can go up there and have a swing off.
All right, we get to the questions, guys. Smash that like button. First watch along with Tom Little. Big up my guy Shaz in the building. All right, we've got to give Shaz some love in this as well. Shaz asked a few questions. We need to get to that. All right, Shaz is saying, will Tom Little have a dabble in UFC?
Would I ever dabble in the UFC?
Yeah. You against Brock Lesnar or Overeem?
I would fight anywhere for enough money, under any rule set, with whoever, wherever, however. Enough zeros on that check. Once I'm done with boxing, then let's go. No problem. I've got no problem punching you in the face or kicking you in the face or kneeing you in the face or elbowing you in the face. It's what it is, isn't it? A fight's a fight to me. That's it. Whether it be in a ring or an octagon or on the tarmac road, no matter where it be, It can happen. No problem. Anybody can get it.
Yeah, in the octagon. So, all right. So let's get to the questions once more. Yo, smash that like button. Remember, we got Tom Little in the building. Oh, Babbage is warming up, man. He's warming up. He's warming up. All right. All right, boxing backhand.
Mate, so what it is, I want him to walk out and absolutely steamroll Kennedy. That's what I want. I want him to go and absolutely annihilate him so people are like, holy shit. I say, right, let's go. No problem, let's go.
Yeah. When the fight was announced with Kennedy, I said Niall Kennedy. I didn't really know who Niall Kennedy was. But originally I thought it was Kennedy that used to be in WWE. Mr. Kennedy used to get the mic that came from the top and then he used to say, Kennedy. That's how I thought it was.
Yeah.
Mr. Kennedy. Yeah. But all right, back to the question. Boxing backhand. Big up to Tom Little. He gives me heads up on who's fighting. He gives me the heads up on who's fighting. I think there's a bit of a typo there. But it says you give him the heads up on who's fighting, boxing backhand. Welcome in to the Watchalong. A. O'Neill. Is Tom involved with Tyson Fury and Billy Joe on the anti-traveler racism? The march and the movement?
Mate, I will back and support my people to the dying day. To the dying day. Like, I believe anybody from any minority should stick with their own people and stand up and be counted when they need to be counted, especially when you need to be. At this particular moment, like, I'm pretty sure when the boys have got fights coming on, they put their old was saying they will leave the protesting to the protesters, and once I have my business all sorted out, then I will go and I will get my banner and I will wave it and I will make as much noise as next man, because there is a lot of accepted racism towards travelers, but a lot of pure ignorance that people don't recognise the travelling community as their own race, and you know what I mean, like, but the way like I've seen people like not been allowed in shops because of what they are. Now, it wouldn't be accepted to do that with any other race of people. And I've seen like people not sell people cars out off of car forefronts because when their address checks back, it checks back to a travelling camp. So it's like, no, we don't want no back on the car. Do you know what I mean? But look, I wouldn't sit here and make my full race of people out to be angels. There's good and bad in all sorts. All walks, all sorts. Yeah, there's good and bad. Do you know what I mean? There's travelling lads there's travellers I wouldn't have around me, and I'll tell them to do one, or they'll be doing one with a sore head, or and there's normal folk, and there's normal lads, black lads, Asian lads that they know they can knock on my door anytime they want, and they ain't just there's not just a plate of warm dinner here for them. There's a bed, there's whatever they need. Do you know what I mean? And that's not because of what they are or where they are. That's for how they are as an individual. Do you know what I mean? And I just think I think you should. I think you should judge people on face value on that person individually, not on what they are, where they've come from, and whatever not. It's the same as like where I come from. Where I come from. if I ever do, like, I've done a lot of nice things for people, like not blowing around trouble. So I don't think you should do it expecting props or something. I think you should do the right things for the right reasons. But I've done things to help people out, and really stepped up to the plate for people at times. And that's only because I'm a nice fella. That's nothing to do with my heritage and how I've been brought up. Do you know what I mean? That's just because he's a nice, genuine guy. He's a good guy, that Tom. No, nothing's to do with how I've been brought up, how my culture's brought me up. They never think that. But if I'd stepped out of line, if I ever done anything wrong, I've only done that wrong thing because of what I am. It's not because I've just been a bit of a knob and individually I've just had a moment of despair and just fucked up. No, he's only done that because of what he is. And that's a sad world we live in, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? But look, I'm pretty sure my words won't change things. I wish they would, but I will stand with me people and try and make a few ears listen. Do you know what I mean? If I could.
All right. Do you know what? There was an interesting comment put into the chat, right, which I thought was quite funny. It was, wow, it's hold on, where is it? All right. So basically, there was a comment saying that you should prank call Tyson Fury and see if he likes it.
Mate, I don't want to run the risk of a man like that not liking it, if I'm honest with you, because if he takes a turn for the worst, we're all in trouble.
All right. So there's a number of questions coming in. Nigel G, Travelers Lives Matters. Big up Nigel G. Look, man, all lives matter. Travelers Lives Matter. Big up all the viewers, man. No discrimination of any sort. All right. So, guys, smash that like button. Tom Little is live on Pep Talk UK. He's gonna do a bit of commentary on the Alan Babbage fight, which is due up next, which is part of the Watchalong. And see, Kennedy's getting ready as well. It's up next. Alan Babbage, under the watchful eye of Tom Little, his nemesis.
It's coming up, man.
It's coming up.
So what it is?
So no, yeah.
Have you ever? I've just got that thing. There's going to be an obstacle. Do you know what I mean? I've just got that bad feeling.
You reckon, yeah?
I don't know why. Because Babbitt's a monster. But do you know when I think myself, I can't be the only person to see what I've seen. Do you know what I mean? Problem. So I don't know. He better pull through tonight. Because I want all the credit. I want all the credit for being thrown in a monster. I want it.
All right. Okay, look, as part of the watch along, we're watching the Buatsi versus Calic card. Up until the Babbage fight, Baker versus Fires. I mean, who have you got winning this fight? I mean, we've been talking all this time. I haven't really been focusing so much on the fight, but
I haven't really been watching it. I haven't been watching it. Baker's been very aggressive all the way through.
Yeah, he's marching. But, yeah. Fears down.
You know what it is? He's hurting him. But
all right, the bells. It's a good fight. It's a good fight, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a good fight. But we've got Tom Little here. You know, he's going to be part of the commentary team. He's going to be watching his potential next opponent, Alan Babbage. You know, he's going to be studying Babbage's performance. He's got his notepad and paper out, and yeah, he's going to take your questions as well, Mr. Tom Little. So no, definitely. Hey, have you got? Where's your popcorn? Where's your popcorn for the Babbage versus Kennedy fight? Where's your popcorn,
mate? I'm coming in under 16 and a half stone. Other than my scheduled meal, I do not eat.
All right. All right. We've got a question here. A. O'Neill. Question: would Tom fight Nathan Gorman?
Do you know what it is? And I've been asked this so many times. Of course, me and Nathan would fight one another. Of course we would. But there's plenty of other people, other than my own people, to fight. Unless it was for something and worth a hell of a lot, then we got no need to fight. We don't need to fight each other. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he wouldn't fight me, and I'm not saying I wouldn't fight him, because I'd have a fight with any man, like I'm sure Nathan would. Do you know what I mean? But it's unnecessary. Do you know what I mean? Like, two travelling boys don't just fight; they try and kill one another. Like, it goes a bit deeper than boxing. When two travelling lads have a fight, do you know what I mean? It's not just boxing. A lot of pride at stake. Do you know what I mean? So, for that reason, there, I don't think that I can't see me and Nathan ever fighting. I can't, unless it, like I say, unless we get to a point where we both, our paths cross on the same crossroad, and that's it. There's so many people demanding it, and there's a shit ton of money for both of us on stake, then it'd happen, wouldn't it? But other than that, I don't think either one of us are ever going to go hunting for that fight.
All right. Hey, guys, that's Tom Little's thoughts on a potential fight with a fellow traveller, Nathan Gorman. But he's here as well, sizing up Alan Babbage. It's about to go down real soon. And then Tom Little's waiting in anticipation, you know. He wants to see what the Savage is all about, up close and personal, in the near future. So this is gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. Like, it's gonna be interesting how Tom kind of sees the fight with Kennedy. You know, Babbage versus Kennedy. Gonna be interesting. We're almost there.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous.
Right, reality setting in, yeah.
Yeah.
If he actually just blasts Kennedy, yeah. What happens if he blasts Kennedy away?
While you're probably here watching this with somebody else, probably a Jay McFarlane or someone like that, or a Dave Allen, I'll be bouncing out the back ready to take someone's nut off.
The Dave Allen fight, would that ever happen?
No. What?
The Dave Allen fight, would that ever happen?
Allen?
Yeah.
I said to Eddie the other day, he said, that's a good fight, you and Dave Allen. I said, yeah, I said, but there's a reason he don't want it, because he knows I'll punch his head in. So, I just leave it. Like, look, I don't even want to give him airtime anymore. He pisses me off to an whole different level. Literally, like, if I watch something cringy of him, in the morning when you wake up and you scroll through your IG and that, I unfollowed him because of it.
Oh, wow.
It pissed me off.
Wow.
It pissed me off to another level that I just see it, and then that's it. I'm in a bad mood all day. Then my missus and that got to deal with me being a moody bastard.
All right, we've got a comment from Kieran. He says Savage is hype for the casual boxing fan. Would you? Is that something you'd agree with?
To a certain extent, yeah. He's everything that a casual boxing fan loves. An absolute lunatic. An absolute raving nutcase. But he did box on the Croatian national team, so I feel that there's got to be something more there. But the mistakes he makes, I won't allow him to make. Well, I will allow him to make them, but he will be severely punished for them. And that is it. I'll be walking to that ring like a reaper, so I will be making him reap and sow every mistake he makes, every wrong move he makes. I will punish him. I will punish him dearly. It will literally be 8 rounds of hell. 8 rounds of hell, literally. I will have to walk out and dust my pitchfork off.
Hey man, I can't wait for that fight, man. Actually, I can't wait, for this fight, Babbage versus Kennedy right now. We've got Tom Little in the building. Hit that like button. We're going to conclude with this fight. We're going to watch this fight and conclude. So get your comments in. Babbage versus Kennedy. Tom Little under the watchful eye is making his notes, and he's watching a potential opponent real soon.
I'm really nervous, Pep. I'm more nervous than what I get for young fights. Because I know young fights are in my hands. I mean, I can change the outcome at any time. But, like, this year I just feel helpless.
All right. So, just out of interest, you sparred Babbage a number of times, right? You sparred him? No?
No, never sparred.
You've watched him spar?
Never sparred. I don't know what it is, though. I just know, like, he's one of them men, like, I should imagine, like, he would literally empty the tank on you. Like, that's it. You will never, ever see anything other than 150% of Alan Babbage. Like, there's no... when they say, like, that fighter's got gears. Do you know, like, I've just seen him on there on the adverts. Alexander Usyk, he got gears. Watch when he fought Breeders, yeah? He went up and down the gears. Like, up and down. Like world quality operator. Do you know what I mean? I just think Alan Barrett starts in top gear and just, like, literally just hammers it hard as he can and hopes and prays that at the end of it, the man ain't standing.
All right. So 420 Tony, Natural Style Barcelona says, what if Savage knocks you out? You will look silly now after all this talk.
Well, there you go, when it shit happens. It's heavyweight boxing. I've not once ruled out that I can't get knocked out. I've never once ruled out that. I've never once ruled anything out. I've not said that I'll be. Listen, if I sit here with a defeatist attitude, it'd be pointless me taking a fight against something like that, wouldn't it? Absolute stupid, wouldn't it? So I'm gonna go. I know my I know where it's at. I know what I need to do, and look, I don't care if people think I look stupid. I really don't care. The day I will care is when them people start, when I owe them something, when they buy my kids Christmas presents, when they buy their birthday presents, when they're looking after people around me, then I'll owe them something. Then I'll say, you know what, I owe you something. Until then, I've got two massive cojones they can
I thought you were going to do that Degeneration X saying. You know, I've got 2 words for you. Triple H
Yeah.
and Michaels. Yeah, yeah.
You are obviously a massive wrestling.
Hey, man. I won't lie to you. All right, the action's started now. Tom Little's in the building. All the viewers are flooding in now because they want to hear what Tom Little has to say while Alan Babbage is fighting now Kennedy. All right, Tom, we're gonna commentate on this fight, and you can give your opinion on what you're seeing. Yeah.
I will. I like now Kennedy's walkout music so far.
It's good, man. It's decent. It's good, man. So only got the 1 defeat now, Kennedy. I think he's got 14 wins.
Who did he lose against?
Good question. Good question. We'll box rec that. Oh, here he comes. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Here he comes, Babbage. What do you reckon of the music?
It's all right, innit? It's all right. It's all right if you like Gladiator. I'm more of a spy myself, but you know.
All right, smash that like button. We've got Tom
I know
Little in the building. Yep.
I've got a better beard than Babic.
You got a better what?
And mine's only 6 growth.
Oh, better beard. All right. Wow. It's going to be interesting.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
You know when they say, like, he acts like he get nervous and he don't what's saying? I just see him take that nervous breath. And there's no disguising it, because I've had it myself. You know, when you walk by someone, just have a fight and you go, like, I just witnessed him do it. So, listen, he is human. He's not a machine.
So you're saying that Babbage is looking nervous?
He's got the same one there. I think Savage is going to take Noel Kennedy's head clean off his shoulders. I ain't going to lie.
Could be a mortal combat, yeah. All right. This is I think
like,
actually
you're.
Doesn't
he? Like,
yeah.
Leaning head, like.
Right. Tom Little in the building, watching potential opponent for the future, Alan Babbage, sizing him up, and he's going to let us know his opinion. Yeah.
Now Kennedy wants to be able to fight because he's walked out in a £1,000 pair of shorts.
I like the gloves. Now Kennedy is representing Ireland. Nice. Green gloves. Yeah, 8 KOs, man. Out of 15 fights, 50%. Just under 50. Well, that's 90%. Sorry, 60%, sorry. 1 loss, 1 draw. So everyone's tuning in now because of you watching Babbage, you know. They're all tuning in now.
4 victories, all 4 victories.
Yeah, baby.
Here is the exciting and hard-hitting undefeated phenom fighting out of Zagreb, Croatia, Alan, the Savage Babbage. Babbage
Oh snap! Oh snap! Savage alert! 100% knockout ratio.
Dana Lloyd,
Well, he's an emerging heavyweight. The all-action, if rather raw style of Alan Babbage, intent on delivering another highlight reel KO here. He's in with the more seasoned, the more experienced Niall Kennedy, the heavier and bigger man, with a chance to try and stop the Babbage train. He's not going to have to go looking for him, we know that. And look at this Babbage already. Hooks, head and body. He throws so many punches so early, but what happens when he gets hit back?
yeah, gone, Noel Kennedy, you're gone, bruv.
When you're fighting someone like Alan Babbage,
the blueprint is there right in front of you, and if you understand boxing, you ain't got to be a rocket scientist to work it out. Blueprint is right there, right in front of you.
All right. To those that are not like, that don't have the IQ, what would you say is the blueprint? First round.
Listen,
he's coming up swinging.
Be lazy with him. He's gonna come like a lunatic at you. You can't let lazy hands out in front of you because they've either got to be pinned up aside of your ears or out with force at him to try and jar him back. Listen, he's not a robot. He's not what's saying. Jab, like he relies on coming underneath people, so you ain't gonna jab at his head and sell the feints to him. Listen, the thing is with Alan Babbage, and it's the same as any other fighter. There's 1,001 ways to beat him. 1,001 ways to beat him. Do you know what I mean? It's just about getting your game plan and sticking to it and sticking hard and true. And when you take one on the chops, like Kennedy's done, don't go into a shell and crap yourself. No disrespect now if you watch this afterwards, but it's an easy thing to do when you're getting clubbed upside the head by a puncher.
We're seeing Babbage, what he does what he usually does, walk you down and literally look to take your head off.
Yeah.
What is Niall Kennedy? What do you think he could do better right now?
Right.
Does he need to meet him blow for blow, or does he need to move around the ring and try and box him, keep him off with a jab?
I don't think he's fleet enough on his feet to move around, to be honest with you. That just invites him to run you down. That promotes him to come forward. I don't think. But
Right, he's literally taking the center of the ring with him though at the moment.
Mate, Noel Kennedy better not piss on my cornflakes here, because otherwise
All right.
I'm gonna be driving to the island. But listen, I know a clear round for Babbage. But
Babbage.
Listen, it's how can he hold this up for? See how long
If
can he hold it?
If you're in the corner of Niall Kennedy right now, what do you say? What do you say to him?
Listen, put that jab out with venom, but put it out. Don't leave a single jab for him to come over the top. Out a jab. What he should experience at like boxing. Sell him a feint. Trigger, mate, draw out of him. Do you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to throw. You got to throw. You got to try and stop him from coming. It's no good laying on the ropes. Do you know what I mean? You can't lay on them ropes with him. That'd be the main thing. Do not lay on them ropes. Get yourself off them ropes. Whether you got to, go on, son. That's what you need. Some of that stuff.
Okay.
You see what I mean now? Look, pinned on the ropes. Pinned.
Hey guys, hit that like button. Got Tom Little. He's doing his homework on Alan Babbage. And have you been impressed so far with Alan Babbage?
No. No.
For what particular reason?
It's just, he's wild, isn't he? He's very wild. He's effective, though, with it, but I don't know. He's, I don't want him to have too hard of a fight. Yes. No, that one, he's down, man. Count it. He punched him.
Wow.
Why they didn't count that at all, I don't know. But that's the thing, the pressure he brings. The pressure, it's not that you're throwing, it's not because Kennedy's trying to soak it up, but it ain't. You tense up and that drains you. That drains you. You can't tense. You got that.
He looks drained, yeah. You know, you mentioned it, he's tensing up, but now it looks a little bit drained.
I'll tell you what it is. It's very clever what Babbitt does. He applies educated pressure on people, so you're always there. You're always having to engage with it. Do you know what I mean? You're having to engage. If I'm having to engage with you, I'm not going to engage by doing nothing just whilst I'm standing in front of you, because I might as well stick something out. I might as well try and stop you from doing it to me. Do you know what I mean?
No, it looks like he's fatiguing a bit. You think it's a matter of time, or?
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
He's getting clean shots in, Babbage. Mike Tyson S style, right, for Babbage?
I murder him. Badly.
So you'd knock him out, yeah? You'd knock Babbage out, you reckon, or stop him?
I'll knock him out. I'll knock him out, and I won't run from him. I will not run nowhere from him. I'll meet him dead centre, dead in the middle of that ring, and he won't be pushing me about. No way. I'm not. Well, watch this one. Come 21st. Come 21st. God willing, he makes it through this here. God willing, but may the dear Lord shine on me, and he gets him through this here. And I ring Eddie Earn up in a minute. I say, oi, son, make sure he's there 21st. Because I'll stick head to the canvas.
So, look, have you seen anything different in this fight that has kind of changed your mind about how to approach a potential fight with Alan Babbage?
I've seen the same thing as what I noticed with Shaundell Winters. It's the same thing. He's got the same style. The same look. Again, lovely shot though.
Lovely shot.
But listen,
he's gone past Shaundell Winters though. Now Kennedy's shown us more. Which is Shaundell Winters went out in the second round, so he's gone past that. Marco, oh wow, it's done, isn't it?
listen, premature stoppage, but I'm happy.
Right. You're right. So
now, my commiserations go out to Shaundell, to Noel Kennedy. They go out to him really, but like Matt Macklin just said, the writing was on the wall. Do you know what I mean? It was on the wall, and you just got to look. I just know. Like, look, to be honest with you, I'm saying what I do, and what I'm going to do is what I'm exactly told by my coach. That's the whole reason I employ them. So I will be listening to him Monday, sitting in the gym, listening to him, watching. Hey, Tommy Little got a mention.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Adam Smith. Hey, you're in the mix, man. You're in the
Adam
mix.
Smith.
You're in the mix. So, before we go, obviously we've done this watch along for a little while now. What is your message to victorious Alan Babbage? Look into the
My
camera.
message is,
Yeah.
congratulations, you've done well. Congratulations, you've done very well, boxed well. That brought your Savage to the ring and that, like, his alter ego and absolutely broke Noel Kennedy up. But 21st of November, your gravy train comes to a swift halt. And that is it. Adam Smith asked, how far do we go? I'm as far as he goes. That's it. End of the line. Done. But on the upside, he can be my stunt double for when I bring a Tom Little movie out. Because they do look like me.
All right. But you seem to be like the, what's the word? The more pleasant looking in terms of you don't look as scary as Alan Babbage, man. You're the happy version, basically.
Yeah, I'm like Alan Babbage on acid.
Hey Tom, man, it's been a pleasure for you joining us. We'd like to thank the viewers that have been with us for the past hour and a half, the watch along. Tom Little's done a fantastic job commentating, and we'll do it again, man. We'll do it again for sure.
Listen, it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. Pep, I've really enjoyed it. It was good.
Tom, thanks for your time, man. Viewers, thanks for tuning in.
Yours, Pep. Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Thank you, man. Cheers, Tom. Cheers, viewers. We out.
Mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.